Well, here we go. 32 arrived here on Friday. Now only 2 remain in the Team of the Season Cup. It's grand final time. It's Team Heretics up against Dire Wolves. The winner will go down in history as the first 2v2 major champion. $100,000 on the line. Both will be at the FIFAe Club World Cup. How do Dire Wolves go into this game, Tom? Because they know they must force the bracket reset.
Attack, attack, and attack is what's got them here in the first place. It's how they've been so good, being fearless, trusting their ability, stay with their formation. You know, they've been using the 4-3-2-1, and just to trust themselves, they've got this far doing that, and I think they can go and potentially cause a bracket reset here.
They have to put Team Heretics under pressure. They have to make them feel uncomfortable. We watched them earlier on in the winners bracket final slowly dismantle a Makers Sweden side, just pick them off game after game. Over the course of the 2 legs, they never looked like they were in the match against this Team Heretics side.
It is a well-oiled machine, this Heretics team, I will say that.
Well, they'll be kicking from left to right in this game. They could have the first real chance in it. Cristiano Ronaldo, little elastico, defended well by the Portuguese national teammate of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Be interested to see how Heretics start as well. The last game we watched for them, they were firing out the blocks.
Last 2 games,
yeah,
against Fnatic as well. They just came out all guns blazing in that first probably 20 minutes. They were 2-0 up against Fnatic, 1-0 up against Makers Sweden.
Dire Wolves, though, off the back of plenty of games they've had to play here on Championship Sunday. Sorry. Do you think it helps them, Tom? They've had to play back-to-back games, or do you get to a peak? Do you burn out?
No, these two just love playing FIFA together. They won't mind how many games it is. They'll be at it all day. Definitely won't. They don't get fazed by anything, right? We've seen it.
They're used to 20 games a night on clubs together.
Exactly. It's just another day in the office, Buckley.
Well, here's a stat for you, gents. They play 12 legs of FIFA, have Team Heretics. They've lost 1 leg. 1 leg of FIFA. And that was to Crew Esports back in day 1. They don't lose.
They do not lose.
And they manage games so well. Dire Wolves could do it, though.
Be interested to see if Dire go 1-0 up. You know, we haven't seen Heretics in that situation too many times.
That's where they're vulnerable. If they can go 1-0 down and sort of really put the pressure on this Team Heretics side, Dire Wolves know exactly what they need to do.
Could be a chance, back to goal, Hullet. One more chance, can't quite find his way around the ball. That Team Heretics look to drive forward with R9 Ronaldo. Ball roll back to Mbappe, looking for the first chance. Jude Bellingham able to just about save the day and get possession back.
To me, that looks a little bit rushed. They've not been shooting from those sort of angles, maybe a little bit nervous energy in that Heretics booth.
Do you know something I noticed there, Buckley? I think Dire have been warned on it, the crossing. I saw, I think it was Mark, he switched to the other centre-back really early because we see Heretics have a lot of back-post crosses, yeah. And obviously Heretics, they're now...
Pele! Oh! We teased it! What if? What if Dire Wolves went up by a goal to the goods? Team Heretics have not been unsettled at all across these 3 days. Right now they have been.
And that's where you can get at this Heretics team, by just driving at them with how they defend. They drop off, they give you the space. He's just burst into a little bit of room inside the box and absolutely thundered it into the top corner with a green time shot.
I'll tell you what, that is exactly what this game needed. I think we've seen the script of Heretics going up and holding the game and having really good game management.
It's been ripped up.
It's been ripped up, Buckley. You know how it is. It's gone. We have a game on our hands, should I say.
Well. Dire Wolves up by a goal to the good. A surprise package of Mark and Mike. How about this one for a stat, gents? This is Mark's first ever FIFA offline LAN event. I know there haven't been many, but I'm talking even in Australia. First offline event, 17 years of age, and he has absolutely loved every single moment of it. Here's Team Heretics now looking for their way back into the game, defended well by Ruben Diaz.
He just doesn't care, though. He doesn't care if he's playing offline. He doesn't care if he's playing online. He just plays FIFA. And that's the big thing for me, where we see him walking around the venue. He's all smiles. He's calm. He's really sort of in the zone. They've come to win. They've not come to get out of the groups or get into a loser's bracket and maybe get top 8 or top 12. They've come for the #1 prize.
Yeah, I think land separates a lot of players at that level. You can either shy from this or you can really excel in it, and safe to say Mark is definitely excelling right now.
Well, Direwolves looking for their second chance in a goal. It was Pella that got the first, just 22 minutes into the game. Messi from distance says, why not? When Messi gets onto his left foot, it always does cause a worry or two. Donnarumma able to match that one up, no problem at all. They have played a handful of times, these two teams, on the build-up to this event. Caught up with the coach of Team Heretics, who said they played 2 times on the build-up to this Team of the Season Cup. They both have shared a result in that one. Ball lifted forward. A sort of a bag full of surprises are Direwolves. You never know what you're going to get from them.
There is consistencies to their game, though. It's the formation, the 4-3-2-1. It's the attacking intent that they put on you. And I would say they're really, really clinical. They don't miss a lot of chances.
It's the chance creation they have together. They know exactly what chances to create. They know exactly what runs to make. And what I find interesting as well is that with the 4-3-2-1, they don't change to suit anyone else. They say, this is how we're playing, and you're going to have to deal with it.
And let's be honest, Tom, you could probably speak for yourself, but is it natural to match up with your opponent a lot, or do you always play your own style?
I always match, particularly when I'm outperformed in midfield. If there's 3 set midfielders to 2, I'm always the first to match and go for it. But yeah, they don't care. They're not bothered. They would just say, look, 4-3-2-1, you're going to have to find a way of dealing with us, which I love that attitude. You know, they've come here fearless and getting their rewards for it.
João Cancelo there, just doing an extra shuttle run. Fed on to the total distance covered in this game. Hustling away is Lionel Messi. Little ball roll from Hullet. Direwolves hunting for their second goal to extend the lead here. Ronaldo is for half-time. It's the perfect start for Mark and Mike here. They know they have to go via the long route if they wish to crown themselves as the Team of the Season Cup champions. You are watching the grand final here. And at the halfway point, Direwolves lead by a goal to the good. Some would argue, Tom, the perfect start for them too.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would have been after. You know, you're forcing the bracket reset. It's going to be a tough ask to do that. The first thing you want to do is make sure you go in at 1-0 up after a half. It's been exactly what Direwolves would have wanted.
Although the possession might only be 1% difference, they've had a lot more opportunities to be on the ball, Rich, and just get popping it around defensively.
Yeah, they certainly have. Team Heretics there in the booth, all eyes focused on the prize at the moment. Find themselves 1-0 down in, I mean, we said it, an unusual situation. They're usually winning games at the halfway point of leg number 1.
And what I find interesting with Heretics is what they said about Direwolves, that they think they're the best team they've played.
Yeah.
It's clearly playing on their mind. They're clearly aware that this team has given them problems, and whether they can solve them is a different question.
I mean, they've barely switched the ball. It was becoming a little bit of a running gag, but that was their number 1 out ball. That was their almost safety blanket. Getting cuddled up in the back of the car, they knew exactly what they wanted to do. When that ball's getting pings from right back to left, right mid to sort of left mid, or right centre back to left mid, that is exactly what they wanted to do. We've not seen that in this first 48 minutes.
I don't think they've been able to really do that, have they? As you rightly said, the script has been ripped up. Ball into the box, defended well by Cristiano Ronaldo. But just to allude to Tom's point there, it was on Thursday I went over to the booth of Team Heretics and said, who's one team you think could go the full way? They said Direwolves before a ball was even kicked. 72 hours on, they're in a grand final against them. I mean, I'm going to ask for the lottery numbers next from Team Heretics.
Switch not working there as well. Find that interesting. Probably an aggressive offside trap from Heretics, and it's stopping their switch, and that is the main part of Heretics' gameplay.
But also, maybe putting a little bit more pressure on the fullbacks because of the left forward and the right forward?
Yep, I think the formation... I think we're seeing Heretics come out with a back 5 as well, if I can see that right.
And that is an awful timed red finesse shot there from Mbappe. Nevertheless, the idea was there, but easy pickings for Team of the Year Donnarumma.
And what I've just noticed there is I think they've matched formation
4-3-2-1.
Yeah, Heretics have had to play. And that's what Direwolves do. You have to match them. They're not scared of anyone. They know Heretics played that 5 back really well. And they've said, come on then, you're going to have to match us this time.
And in a match scenario like that, for me, there's only one winner. And it's Direwolves as that ball's whipped into the back post. Big chance, Edwin van der Sar, great save.
Still could be alive though, Richard. R9, how about that one back into the box? A bit audacious from R9 to cross that one in, but...
It's a grand final, not an exhibition match.
Just to emphasise that point, what does that say for Team Heretics there, Tom? Well, they've had to literally, if there was a game plan, it's thrown away. Now we're matched up to our opponent, who we are 1-0 down to.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for Matthijs and Hidalgo, because they're used to having things their own way, and now they're being asked to play dire wolves at their own game. Now, I would say that's a difficult task, and I wouldn't do that personally, but, you know, we'll see how it works out for them.
At the moment, all is good for dire wolves. Remember, they have to win this first two-legged game, which would force the bracket reset. Then they'd have to win again over 2 legs. Team Heretics don't have to do that. They only have to win in 1 due to the upper bracket advantage they do have. They've not dropped a game. They've played 4 games less than dire wolves. Some would argue they've made it look easy in the upper bracket. They haven't made it easy in this one, though, dire wolves, for their opponents. $100,000 on the line in the Team of the Season Cup Grand Final. Heretics on the hump for their equaliser. Pull it from distance! Game on!
It's bouncing off R9, that. I think R9 Ronaldo is going to be taking that goal. When you need a slice of fortune, when you need a slice of luck, it will fall your way. I don't know if that's going in. We can see the replay back here, Tom. Talk me through it, because it falls to Hullet. And I think there's a big deflection off R9.
Yeah, I see a deflection there, but I found it interesting. Dire wolves have now stopped the cross. Who's it go off? It's one of the two, but there's a deflection there, right? Deflection there. What I found interesting is dire wolves stopped the cross that time, and Heretics got a plan B. They've come inside and worked that in, because they've been crossing a hell of a lot this weekend.
I'll be honest, I don't even think they expected that to go into the back of the net. It was quite an audacious effort from 30+ yards, but nevertheless, it's game on here. 1-1 in our first leg. Nicely done, dire wolves. Ball on referee. No, it says get back up on your feet. In terms of formation and tactics now, do Heretics still stay in that 4-2-3-1, or do they change back?
I think they stay in it for now. I think it's clearly worked for them. They've probably had a lot more of the ball last 10-15 minutes. Obviously, goal came with a slice of fortune, but they got in the right positions, and we hadn't seen them in that position too many times.
I mean, what I'm asking is, where's the referee? I'd be calling for a penalty.
So you're asking the right questions.
Collision inside the box. We've seen them given.
We also see the switch being a bit more utilised by Heretics as well. They've had a couple of them come over now.
And that's why they're probably having more success in the game. That is their fundamental #1 ball that they play.
Hakimi now with an audacious whip into CR7, who every single day of the week will put that one on the plate. Reverse elastico, what a save! Edwin van der Sar.
What a piece of play. Again, that cross into the back post. CR7 won the first contact. It's found its way to Ronaldo, then the composure to recycle the ball with the reverse elastico. Good save from van der Sar.
Off the training ground now for Team Heretics. Plays short into R9. Well played by Marquinhos, just patient. However, that could be something they'd live to regret. João Cancelo gives it on a plate to CR7. Disguises the pass well. But there's so many red shirts back there. It's 2 walls of red shirts. They're going to have to find a way to break down. They look for the switch again that time. These matched up. There could be a chance to break now. Look at the red shirts driving forward. Bottom half of your screen, you have got R9 making a run. Marcelo bombing forward the top corner of your screen. His foot counting item has been incredible this weekend and has allowed players just to have an outlet in these sort of moments. Marcelo scoop turn ball rock. Feeds back to Mbappe. Building now for a deadly chance. Waiting for the perfect time to strike gold. And again, it's patient from Team Heretics as they look to come forward once again. Game sort of now to take a slight turn. Watch that back post. There could be an option there. CR7.
It's always on. It's always on at the back post. Cristiano Ronaldo, it's one of the main reasons he's in the team for Team Heretics.
You can see there again, they're switching for that cross. They're very, very switched onto it. They know what they're doing. I think it's Mark every time. He goes to drag the right centre-back across to Ronaldo because obviously it's a mismatch against Cancelo at the back post. So yeah, dire wolves doing really well stopping Heretics, one of their main threats.
It's a question for you, Tom. I think it's a couple of times in bracket play over the last 2 days. You were looking for that back post cross a lot. You start CR7 in your team, but I think it was Hakimi that was matching up CR7 again and again and again and again. When does it get to a point where it's like, that's not working now?
Yeah, for me, it's 2 or 3 crosses, and I said to Sven, this can't happen anymore. We're going to have to work it inside. You know, you bank on CR7 making that. If it doesn't happen, you need to be able to switch your plan B very, very quickly.
Well, they'll get one more chance if there is enough time. It has to go forward for Team Heretics. Sorry. Comeback available for Hakimi. Could be a chance. CR7 in the air. punched away, still it could be alive, R9, scoop turn, has to remain calm, what a ball, what top quality FIFA that is! For Team Heretics, last chance of the game, they worked it, cut it back into Hullet, they'll lead at the halfway point by 2-1.
Two things. Firstly, Edwin van der Sar, take a long hard look at yourself, because that, and Marquinhos, there's a mix-up there at the back, but from R9, such good composure. The double scoop turn to then reverse it back inside on the double tap pass.
It's what we call ice right there. You're playing in a Team of the Season Cup 2v2 for $100,000 for the winner, and he's able to do that. He scooped turn once, hasn't rushed a shot, scooped turn again, and he's managed to find the pass back. It's very, very good.
In our 2v2 major here in London, $100,000, that trophy will be lifted. Maybe in 20 minutes time, maybe in an hour's time.
Absolutely, as we get back underway, what a moment this potentially could be. The bracket reset could be imminent, or we could be seeing the jubilation coming from Team Heretics.
Which, as we said, just to explain to viewers at home, Dire Wolves came through the lower bracket. They have to win this first two-legged game to force a bracket reset, and then they have to do it all again. Team Heretics have the advantage of the upper bracket, where they haven't been down, they haven't lost a two-legged game across this Team of the Season Cup so far. They can get it done in two. If the scoreline stays like this, they will be your Team of the Season Cup champions. But I can assure you, this scoreline will not stay like this, as Dire Wolves are on the hunt to equalise this game as soon as they can. Bellingham, a couple of ball rolls there, and it's Jude Bellingham on the flip side for Team Heretics to get this one back underway. Talk to me about the first leg, Rich, because it was an action-packed first 90 minutes.
It certainly was. Both teams matching each other up in formation. It was Team Heretics bending to the will tactically of Dire Wolves, but they came out on top with a late winning goal. And Ronaldo being magnificent as ever inside the box to set up a tap-in for his teammate.
Well, into Vieira now, building nicely into Jude Bellingham. Punched in, quite literally, to his central midfielder teammate. What was so impressive is that they weren't afraid to match up Dire Wolves in that last game. They clearly knew it wasn't going well, Richard. They went from a 5-back to a 4-2-3, on which Dire Wolves have been known for playing in this tournament. And that was their way back into the tie. What a last-minute goal it was. 90+2. You speak about ice. Thomas Lees said those words. Ice in the veins of Mateus Bonanno and Hidalgo. A lovely goal from R9 into Hullet. That could be the championship winning goal.
It could be. It certainly could be. And they need to break this game down into stages now. The first 15, the next 15, going into half-time. Make sure that you maintain the pressure. You don't become too complacent, because Dire Wolves are the best attacking team we've seen in this tournament. They will fight all the way to the final whistle.
And they're a team that aren't afraid to attack, aren't afraid to throw extra bodies forward. They've had an orthodox style of play, have the two Aussies, Mark and Mike. A team that not many talked about back in day one from the 32, because they weren't a Masters team. They were a team that had to go the long way round in qualification.
Winning the Sydney Open back in December.
Here is Team Heretics there. Mbappe does his best to try and feed the ball into his fellow forward companion R9. Just edging their way into this game. 23 minutes played so far. It just feels like the pressure hasn't got to Team Heretics at all. I mean, even Dire Wolves this week.
It's not got to either team.
This is the $100,000 game of FIFA. They both seem so calm. Marcelo not hanging about there for Dire Wolves, trying to drive forward. Marcelo, unbelievable hustle. Very nearly snatches that one out of the hands of Donnarumma.
He thought he was going all the way there for a second. Did Marcelo. Just kept on going. In the end, ran into Donnarumma. As you see, another bite of that clock taken out from Team Heretics. The first leg scoreline is enough for them to be crowned champions.
Keep in mind as well, they have just crowned themselves as FIFAe Club World Cup grand finalists, both of these two. That was the reward for the top 2 spots here in the Team of the Season Cup. A fast-track ticket to another 2v2 major tournament. This is nice. Pull it back to goal, 1-9, it's a tap-in, it's too easy! Van der Sar, you said have a look at yourself in leg 1. He'll be staring himself down in the mirror after that.
Very, very fortunate, you've got to say. Very, very fortunate. We're going to see the replay back here. CR7 picks it up out wide. A couple of ball rolls just to create a little bit of space. La Criqueta pass straight into Ruud Gullit. The first touch from Ronaldo sort of popped it up. Van der Sar comes, gets nothing of the ball. And Mbappe is not going to score an easier goal in his life with a 2-goal cushion to Team Heretics' advantage. I find it hard to see how this game could potentially swing another way.
A team that have lost 1 individual leg of FIFA across 12 coming into this one. I mean, make it 13 now. They haven't lost 2-legged games. They don't lose individual legs too often either. That game was back in Friday, day 1 of the tour, when they lost to Crew Esports on 1 leg. Again, they didn't lose the overall tie. They just seemingly don't lose games. Dire Wolves need to come out flying now, Rich. If there's any hope or chance, they can bag 2 goals. Hakimi, in it goes. CR7 is there. Van der Sar this time. We're able to get 2 hands on it, but time's running out. 5 minutes away from half-time here.
No, it certainly is. 2 goals needed to swing this game into extra time. Dire Wolves just really struggling to create. They're going a bit more direct there with R9 Ronaldo, and that could be the key, potentially, just to hit it quick, hit it early in behind, because they're not getting the time to build up. They're not getting the space in around the edge of the box to build up into.
And look, they're going to do this. Game management is probably their middle name for Team Heretics. They've done so well at just finding ways to win through this tournament. Whether it even be penalty shootout, they still find a way to win. They have had a tactical genius behind them as well in Edu, who has been working with them. Again, the storyline for these guys is they have literally been living in Madrid since September last year. Got to remember, Matias Pinano flew over from Argentina for this new chapter in his life, his new chapter in his FIFA esports career, putting pen to paper with this organisation.
And what a way to repay Team Heretics right here. Matias Pinano, Hegaldo, 45 minutes away from lifting the inaugural Team of the Season Cup and being $100,000 better off. They look so composed.
Composure from both teams, Richard, has been ridiculous. First offline major in over 2 years. And at times it feels like players just don't feel the pressure.
Every single switch of play, every single minute that's taken off this clock will feel like a mini celebration in the minds of everyone associated with Team Heretics. If they get another goal...
Could be in here, Richard. Mbappe finds to R9. Jude Bellingham just about did enough there. That could have been a very dangerous tackle to make from the English midfielder. The reason why we have described Team Heretics like this, they just don't drop leads like this. It's a 2-goal cushion. We need a masterclass, a tactical masterclass from Dire Wolves. They're able to find a way back. Reverse Lastico and Mbappe. Penalty, that's what they needed. A lifeline in the form of that. A way back into the tie, just maybe. Well, here we go. Can they half the deficit? Up steps Pele for Dire Wolves. Down the middle, saved. Chance gone.
Golden opportunity. Went straight down the middle. Team Heretics stood up, brave, strong.
How good have they been from penalties? Their last penalty shootout, they saved everything.
Mateus in the Champions League. Do you remember? He had a penalty shootout. He won 3-0. Clean sweep on penalties.
Will that give them confidence, though, Direwolves, that they were able to get into a dangerous area? And they were able to bait a tackle out from Marquinhos on that occasion. Back to goal, Pele. Direwolves on the hunt still for a way back into this tie. They need 2 goals before they can even think about forcing a bracket reset. 30 minutes away, you're absolutely right, Richard. Every single minute that goes down will give them confidence. They're on their way to a major victory.
If there's any team who's capable of turning it around, though, it is Direwolves.
The running race for Mbappe. He's past the defender. Ball roll, scoop turn, finds R9. Have they just delayed it maybe a bit too much there? Pele can't turn. Ruben Dias able to get in the way. 25 minutes away from lifting the trophy here in London. Our team, Heretics, are they about to be $100,000 richer to write their name in the history book as the first EA Major 2v2 champions? An esports organisation that was formed only last summer. It's their debut season in FIFA esports. And what a debut season this could honestly be for them. Akimi will happily do this. It's just taken about another 2.5 minutes out of the game.
We saw how drastic they were to turn over possession. They were going to ground, giving away fouls.
He's out of position.
Look at Messi. He's the man who's got the space.
Pele. Can he be the hero? The provider. The ball across the box, R9. Ruben Dias proving his worth once again.
Just can't quite get that extra pass off, and you see the back post, it's glaring. Direwolves right in the face.
They're happy to do this. Try their best to take more minutes out of the game. It didn't work out on that occasion. We'll go into a pause now. This is their last chance to come up with a plan, Richard, if there's any for Direwolves.
You should throw everything at it. You throw every single body forward. As you see, Heretics deep in conversation there.
You have to paint the picture, though, to those at home. This has been a long time waiting for tournament such as this be back at LAN, a $500,000 FIFA tournament. Team Heretics formed just last September. First team they've ever had in FIFA esports. 2 players that they picked up, Hidalgo. They're able to accommodate that man on your screen, Matias Bonano, flying over from Argentina for a new life in Spain.
He was the best player on the planet in FIFA 21, Matias Bonano.
And what was the question mark over him, Richard, for so long? Could he do it in Europe? Could he do it on the big stage? Well, Team Heretics might have just done that. 3-goal cushion. It's the dream team.
All smiles. They know how big that 3-goal cushion is. Edu's not even blinked.
Well, I've called him all weekend the calmest coach in FIFA esports. Credit where it's due to what has been just a dream team. The investment made behind these players, the commitment to the game.
It's because they've got a game plan, and every single matchup they've executed it to perfection. They know exactly what they need to do, and they go out on the pitch and perform it to the note.
Another block at the back, Hakimi this time. They are just on the same wavelength. What a 2 weeks this has been as well for Matias Bonano. E-Champions League grand finalist, but more of all, potentially Team of the Season Cup champion. And the great example as well, Hidalgo, deserves all the credit in the world. Look at his portfolio. He's got a top 3 finish in La Liga. Other than that, not many people would have spoken about him.
Unbelievable recruitment. He certainly is from everyone involved at Team Heretics. On the other side of the coin, though, what a performance from Direwolves this weekend as Heretics come forward yet again.
Look,
they've gone above and beyond.
Absolutely, Richard. Look, we're going to see them again. FIFAe Club World Cup, they will be there. They bagged $70,000 and they've wowed everyone here in London and around the world. They are deserved grand finalists and top 2 winners. $70,000 they'll guarantee. If they score now, it'll be nothing more than a consolation. But Mark and Mike just showing the world what can be done and also what Oceania has to offer to the FIFA scene again.
Absolutely, they should be nothing but proud. Everybody from Oceania, everyone across the world. Direwolves came into this tournament as a relative outsider, as a relative underdog. There was murmurings that they were incredible, but no one had seen it. Now every single person in the world knows exactly exactly who and what Dire Wolves are all about.
Well, on the flip side, they're 2 minutes away from lifting the Team of the Season Cup. A weekend to remember here in London. 32 teams travelled from all around the world. But this team have only lost one individual leg of FIFA. They have been incredible across 7 games of FIFA this weekend. They've travelled from Spain, and they will be your Team of the Season Cup winners in London. It goes to Team Heretics, the trio of Matthias Bonanno, Hidalgo and Edu. It's a dream team.
They came, they saw, and they truly did conquer every single team in front of them. 31 teams came. But that Heretics squad stood well above the rest.